Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again with another game accessory unboxing. And this episode, we're taking a look at another product from Feldherr. These are foam trays for the game Mice and Mystics. So I've done a couple of reviews on these Feldherr foam trays for a couple of other games. I did one for Ghostbusters and one for Lord of the Rings, so you can check those out if you want to see what those all are about. But I picked up the Mice and Mystics set not too long ago. I got it on Amazon. Feldherr actually has an Amazon shop, so you can get stuff shipped through Amazon from them. In the past, they've had, I think they're a German company, so you could only order through their website and it would have to come from them, and shipping was, yeah. Anyways, they're on Amazon, so you can get it fairly reasonably priced nowadays, and yeah, get it here pretty quick as well. So we just want to take a look at these, and I've been impressed with the Feldherr line so far, so I'm anxious to see what this set will do for the Mice and Mystics game. So it does come in a standard kind of polybag looking thing here. It has a little insert on it to kind of show you what that you can use it for. I guess a proposal for sorting is actually what it says. So they give you an idea of where you should place things to make things line up correctly. So let's just go ahead and open this thing up. It tears apart pretty easy, this polybag thing. And we'll see what we got here. This is supposed to have been for the base game and for the expansion pack, but I think it means that it will work with the expansion pack. I don't know that it necessarily includes everything for it, so I don't know. Looking at this picture here, it's probably just the one, because it's not that thick. It looks like it's one single set here, so it's probably this one, which is the base game. And I'm assuming they just have so like I don't know. They must evidently sell these separately. So anyways, flipping our insert over, you can see some of the other products they have. Star Wars Rebellion, Warhammer Mansions of Madness, Blood Bowl, Star Wars Destiny, etc., etc., etc. So you have check them out at feldherr.net or on Amazon, which is where I got them from. So we'll set that to the side. The top piece is just really just a top layer of small thin foam to keep everything from rattling around. And we set that off, and we have a single tray here. It's good quality foam, but that's all it is, just foam. Pretty thick. I don't know how thick, but pretty thick looking. And now we're just going to go ahead and see if we can get everything to fit in here. So we're going to kind of try to match up this with the base game and go from there. So let me grab the actual game. Mice and Mystics. So pull it like this here. We'll go ahead and pull the top lid off. Now we've got everything in here. Yeah, so Mice and Mystics, etc., etc., etc. We'll go ahead and pull everything out. So usually the way these things work is they don't include anything for the game boards. So you either set these on top or on bottom, whichever you prefer. And then your components are what fit in this thing. So we're going to go ahead and pull this tray out. This is the tray that came with it. It has everything inside of it. And set this over here if I can balance everything. I'm going to put all the boards and tray, all the board stuff in the bottom, because that makes sense to me. And then we're going to take the foam tray and stick it on top of that. and that seems to be pretty good. It fits in here very nicely. There's a little bit of extra room at the top. Not a whole lot, but they've done a really good job of kind of measuring everything for us and making sure that everything fits. And that's kind of been the way it's always been with this company, so that's good. So let's go ahead and let's get this stuff on here and start looking at how they have everything laid out here. So looks like they have the miniatures that go around the perimeter. So I guess we're just going to dump these out here and just kind of sort them. So these miniatures usually just drop in here with the round base towards the bottom. So we're just going to do that for the player characters first. And they fit in there very well. No issues so far. If I can find the player characters. And that one. And that one. So there are 6. Then it shows these where at things here on the bottom run. So we're just going to plop those in there. They fit in there very well also. You can lay them sideways if you want to, but they fit up and down just as well. So then it shows the centipede looking guy fitting in right there. So that's cool. And then the spider guy goes in the center here. And then all these cockroaches go in here. Those just drop in there very easily. And there is one for each of them, so that's cool. Yeah, and as far as reaching in there to get them out, I can get my fingers in there, so that's cool. I like that. Then it looks like we've got card decks. Card decks go wherever you want to put the cards, and they can theoretically go in here sleeved or unsleeved. I've not put these in sleeves yet, so mine are going to be unsleeved. I'll flip these up too. And I guess there's enough room here we could probably stack them on top of one another. Then they showed the dice going in here, so I'm just gonna stick them in there in the bag. Then we've got the mini card decks that are supposed to go in here, and they have the nice little thumb hole, finger hole, whatever, so you can reach in there and pull out those decks. So that is nice. We've got the second small deck here. So we'll drop these on here as well. There's one stuck in over here, like that. Then it pretty much just shows all the tokens dumped into those two slots. So I've stuck mine in these little containers because I like to keep things a little bit more organized, and none of these containers will fit in here, so I'm going to dump them out. I don't like that, but it's okay. I'm going to have to see if we got some smaller containers that we can get to fit in here somehow. I mean, I guess that would probably work if we were to put all these back in one of these containers. These are all my cheese tokens, and the ladybug and the the grapes. But, so if we kind of squish that in there, it does kind of fit. But that works because I don't have these in sleeves. That probably wouldn't work if we were not to do that sleeved. But it's okay. I can stick one of these right here. And the other one, it doesn't fit flush anywhere. But I can squish that and probably get it to work. But not if I put these back in here, which I'm going to do. So if you're out there, Feldherr, listening to this, something to keep in mind is these little small component trays. I would love to see a one of these foam trays that fit something like this. By default, again, I know we have a limited amount of space here. That actually works for me. So I can live with that. I'm not 100% happy with it, but if you don't need to keep your tokens separated, then you can easily just dump them in here and everything will be fine. If you're like me and want them separated to make for easier gameplay, then you might want to look for alternatives. But again, this will work. There is not a placeholder for our character cards, so these would end up getting stuck on the bottom here with our game boards. Not the end of the world. But so everything's in here, it's all sitting well, and then you would take this top tray or top foam piece and stick it on there, and then put the actually I forgot these as well. Basically you would throw these on there and then toss this back on there. And then you could get rid of your original cardboard tray if you wanted to do that. And then this fits on here fairly flush. It does make it stick up just a little bit. So we'll flip this over to the side here. And you can kind of see there is just a little bit of wiggle room left on it. Usually it sits completely flush, and if I press down on it, it will go flush, but not pressing on it, it does stick out still about a quarter of an inch or so. So just be aware of that. But these things are great in that they keep everything from sliding around. So you can shake this thing all the way back and forth, whatever you want to do, and nothing's really going to bang around and get torn up that way. So, again, I do like these Feldherr trays. This one might need a little bit more persuasion on. But, again, it's made for not using these things that I'm using. So, it does a really good job of just keeping, like, the miniatures in one place, keeping them separated, especially if you've painted them. This keeps them from having paint rub and things like that. Plenty of room for all the cards and everything, sleeved or unsleeved as I have mine. Again, if you don't take into consideration these things, you can fit all the tokens in these two slots they have available for you, and you won't have any problems whatsoever. So, yeah, I mean, this particular tray is one of the cheaper ones out there, but again, it is only like one single layer of foam, so that's probably why it's cheaper than, say, the one we got for the Lord of the Rings one. It was a little bit more expensive, but again, I do like these things, and I would recommend you picking these things up. They work great. Again, don't get me wrong, they're They do what they're supposed to do. They're not doing what I want them to do with these, but they're not made for these. So I can't really put that as a fault of the company, because that's not what it was designed to do. But for what it was designed to do, it works really well. It's a great little system here, and it does keep all your tokens and everything in there. So I am going to say yes, it is a recommended product. It does work. So I don't know. That's pretty much all we got for today. So drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think of this particular layout. I'm probably going to have to do some tweaking on it to see if I can get it to go a little bit better. I may see if I can find some slightly smaller containers that might fit in here better. But this will work for the time being. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So drop some comments. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to see anything in future episodes, let me know that in the comment section as well. I'll see what I can do to get it out in front of y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be on the lookout for more awesome content coming down the pipeline. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, game on!